Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I showed you the first day with my new wild Mustang Sparrow. Sparrow and I had worked on some light round penning, just learning how to change directions, and then we went to doing some approach and retreat. She has a really big personal space bubble, so I really wasn't able to get very close. I continued to work on this throughout the week. So I had a video of Sparrow's first week almost completed when I broke my external hard drive for the second time in 6 months. I don't want this lack of footage to water down how I was really feeling during this week and a half. I really struggled. What this video shows in just a few short minutes was really about 50 or 60 hours of me sitting out with her, letting her get used to me trying to do approach and retreat, me trying to feed her out of my hand without any luck. So keep that in mind as you watch the rest of this video. All right, it is day 2. She is still not letting me get close to her. So I'm gonna try some alfalfa right now. My first challenge this week was the bitter cold. Take a look at these icicles on her side. At this point, she hasn't figured out or just doesn't want to use her shed. So right now, my goal is to try narrowing the distance between her and I and building some trust with her. She responds well in the round pen, but that really doesn't help me get closer to her or earn her trust, and I really don't want to keep drilling that. Over the course of days, I spent hours every day sitting out in the bitter cold, laying out alfalfa to try to lure her near me. She might nervously approach, snag some hay, and then back up. If I moved my neck, arm, or even a finger, she would spook away from me. Between being outside for hours every day freezing and then not really seeing any progress, I'm not gonna lie, there were a couple days I was really discouraged. The lyrics of this song really portray how I was feeling in those moments of discouragement.
So many times I wanted to put my arms around you just to be close to you. And in my head, it's just you and I don't know why I feel this way. Now I'm in the corner and watching you smile, watching you smile. Now I can't get over you, I'm losing my mind. Something about you, I wish you were mine.
So I really want to reiterate that the few minutes you've seen of this video have really been hours and hours of me out in the cold, and the discouragement was real. So I decided to bring in some help, and I think you guys are going to like who I went with. It's Britta. For those of you who don't know her, Britta is one of my 2 first Mustangs. She is currently available for adoption, and she's been staying over at my domesticated horse barn. I've seen a few requests to get updates on her, so this video will kind of serve as that as well.
No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate. Don't turn off the light, I'm coming
home. So Britta is here to be a companion to Sparrow until the gray gets here. Now I really thought that this would be helpful for a couple reasons. First of all, horses are herd animals and obviously do better with a companion. Not only that, Sparrow has had her life uprooted multiple times over the last 6 months. From being rounded up from the wild to being transported all the way across the country and then leaving all of her companions to come home alone with me, she's been through a lot. Secondly, there were some things about Sparrow that I've observed that lead me to believe that she is very reliant on other horses for her confidence, at least right now. If you watched my pickup video, you may have seen her as the last horse off the trailer, pinned to the gray mare in front of her. I also noticed her on her first morning in Vermont. She was eating hay with the others and more towards the back in the shadows. She seemed like she wasn't as confident on her own, and they gave her confidence. One of the girls at the pickup site also said that Sparrow was brave around brave horses, and then not when she wasn't. So I was quite hopeful that Britta would be able to help.
Hi, Britta. Hi, baby.
And helpful she was.
Are you helping? Are you helping, Britta? Oh, did you find a piece of hay?
While Britta helped me pick out the paddocks, Sparrow observed from a distance. Alright, so now to answer the question, did it work? And I am so excited to say that yes, it did. In fact, it almost instantly made a difference. So to clarify my statement, Britta did make a huge difference. It might not look like much because you unfortunately weren't able to see the struggle, but I am so happy with the way Sparrow responded. She definitely seemed a lot happier, and her demeanor just changed when we added Britta. She was still nervous and scared, but with Britta acting like everything was just normal and then following me around everywhere, Sparrow slowly just started to come around. Now, Britta has been doing really well. As you can see, she likes to follow me around everywhere and just loves attention. She's a 2-year-old now, so I guess we're in that terrible 2 phase where she gets into absolutely everything. Britta has also been growing a little bit. There was a phase where I was coming every day to the barn and it just seems like she was getting bigger. Here in comparison is Sparrow, who is listed as 13.3, and side by side, they look almost the same height, except Sparrow is stockier and more filled out, of course. Now, I recently did just tape Britta, and I got just under 13.3, so that must be pretty accurate. So you can see that Britta's given her just a little bit of confidence to get closer to me, and then also to Nathan. And this really surprised us both when she actually took hay from him. Now at this point, she is eating out of my hand, and we've had our first touch, although of course I don't have the footage for that anymore. But to be able to take the hay from someone else is really impressive, so I was really happy about that. Sparrow and Britta are getting along really well, and I have to say it's really satisfying having them meet. Britta has also been able to give a few demonstrations to Sparrow. After I filmed this, it was really fun looking back and seeing Sparrow all lined up like this watching. I hadn't even noticed her like that. I'm not sure what she thought about Britta being worked with and then brushed afterwards. So again, I'm lacking in footage, but how I got started was by sitting in that hay feeder there. I would sit in it and bury myself in hay and sprinkle alfalfa on top, and Sparrow eventually started eating from that and then eating from my hand. She's made quite a bit of progress that we'll see in my video next week, but Britta seems to have done the trick. And she seems pretty happy about it too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.